Performance. 11 letters that describe everything desirable in the world. There are many ways of measuring performance. Horsepower, torque, 0 to 100 acceleration figures, top speed, and all of these are more synonymous with supercars than any other kind of machine. The world of supercars though is more limited to racetracks than everyday roads, and that is why we have sports cars. Sports cars are the means for us to live the high-performance life every day. Most high-end manufacturers are looking for a piece of that sports car pie, and while pedigree in motorsport is important, there is no better way to prove your point than to come up with a sports car that you can live with every single day.
Mercedes has always been great at motorsport, especially in Formula 1, and they're back in 2014 with the championship. But as they self-admittedly say, you can only be taken seriously as a sports car manufacturer if you build one. They started off with the SLS AMG, and now they've got this, the AMG GT.
The AMG GT is based around the same body shell that makes the SLS AMG such an awesome supercar. An aluminium space frame chassis that keeps the AMG GTS light at just 1,645 kg. It's a gorgeous machine, and while looks are subjective, there is no doubting that it has the potential to give the Jaguar F-Type a run for its money in any beauty pageant. Step in and you're greeted by a cabin dominated by circular themes and switches. Everything is typically AMG in here, with the center console incorporating 2 rows of buttons flanking the gear selector. The AMG GT also borrows from the new C-Class and brings in the touchpad, which can be used in multiple ways, to dial a number on the synced iPhone interface for instance. The AMG sport seats and AMG flat-bottom steering wheel further add to the sense of the car's capabilities. There are no rear seats, but the AMG GT boasts of a 350-liter boot. Powering the AMG GT and the AMG GTS is a 4-liter bi-turbo V8 engine snugly seated under that long bonnet. But there's more to it than just being a powerful engine.
The AMG GT comes with a lot of technology packed in there, and very cleverly so. They've put the exhaust manifolds and the turbochargers between the banks of the V engine, which obviously gives it better weight distribution, a lower center of gravity, which makes it an awesome sports car when you made it to that dual clutch transmission.
This brand new sports car from Mercedes-Benz will be rolling out in 2 versions, the 436 horsepower AMG GT and the 503 horsepower AMG GTS. While the standard AMG GT will be making do with a mechanical differential, the GTS gets an electronic diff. Both versions share the same gearbox though, a 7-speed dual clutch unit, and while the regular GT achieves the 0 to 100 km/h mark in 4 seconds, the GTS does it in 3.8. Of course, the various drive modes completely change the characteristics of the car, so while you could be cruising around comfortably in, well, comfort mode, you could turn the dial through dynamic sport and sport plus modes. The car gets that much more vicious, yet completely under control. While the AMG GTs stay quietly muffled in comfort mode, the baffles open up in dynamic mode and beyond. You kick that V8 symphony in higher gear, and on the AMG GTS, you could even do that on your own with the flick of a switch. For those track days, and if you're willing and brave enough to engage it, there's race mode. Suspension stiffens up significantly, throttle becomes that much more responsive, and of course, that exhaust note just goes through the roof to give you the feeling of being in a proper track-prepped sports car. But for the track, Mercedes has arranged for something even better. Deep in Monterey County, California, Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca is a 3.5 km track with 11 turns. And houses some of motorsport's most challenging corners, including the legendary corkscrew. The very technical track comes out as the perfect proving ground to test a car's handling through its tight corners and changing elevation. There is no doubt that the car has enough power to bring that smile on your face as you power up, but even better is the way it handles. Planted, minimal body roll, and a slight hint of the tail kicking out as you power out of corners. Perfect. Out on the track, the AMG GT simply comes into its own and puts its name down as a car with pedigree enough to match, if not overpower, that of some iconic sports cars. The steering is precise, and the chunky wheel coupled with the low slung seating position make it a delight to push around. Despite Laguna Seca's reputation, the AMG GT shows off its prowess and makes even the corkscrew seem like child's play. All the while that you're pushing the AMG GT around the track, the music coming out of those dual exhaust tips is simply mesmerizing. The car giving you feedback from every connection, urging you to go faster and faster. Based on the mechanicals of the AMG GT-S, the Edition 1 adds carbon fiber bits to the bodywork, including a deeper splitter in the front, more aero, and a fixed spoiler at the back. The Edition 1 also gets 19-inch wheels up front and 20s at the rear, along with more pronounced side skirts. Of course, the Edition 1 also gets plusher interiors with a combination of leather and suede, contrast stitching, and a black diamond texture center console. We could go on and admire the details forever, but the Mercedes-AMG GT's Indian debut is still a while away.
So that's the AMG GT, Mercedes' attempt at making an everyday sports car. Should be in India sometime in 2015. Watch out for that when it comes in. Of course, the Jaguar F-Type and the Porsche 911 are well in its sights. Let's see later on how that really matches up to those.